Okay, Grant, welcome.
Hello, hello.
I'm drinking scotch. So,
What's your
go ahead.
what do you think on crypto? You think it's going to crash?
Fuck no, dude. All the Iranians want it.
Oh,
I was
fair,
saying
fair.
that's why gold and silver are spiking is because all the Persians are trading in their gold for fuck this, hold on. All the Persians are trading in their gold and silver for um crypto right now and Bitcoin, I think, so they can buy shit.
I feel like if Khomeini survives, he's going to live because he gives someone like a gold ingot to fly him to, I don't know, St. Petersburg or something.
Yeah.
Like he's literally going to hand a man an ingot.
Would you fly the Kamini to
Oh,
St. Petersburg if he handed you an ingot or like a
ah,
like a Persian artifact?
oh, well, if it's an artifact, then just yes. Like the fucking, I don't know, like the Shroud of Cambyses or
How
something.
do you know it's not bullshit?
Well, he's the president of Iran. Would he lie to you?
Yeah, I think he would. I
He
think that's like the
definitely-
exactly type of guy that would scam you.
Okay, so it's gotta be like gold that I can weigh and test, is what you're telling me. It's
Do
gotta
you
be
know how to
verified.
test gold?
No, I would need Danny.
I picture you on the flight deck in front of the airplane and he hands you an ingot and you're like, I gotta test this. I don't know. I gotta find my guy. I can't do it.
Like a block of cheese.
A block of cheese?
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
I'm biting it like a block of cheese. I'm trying to see if I can bend it with my teeth.
Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't sure what we'd talk about on this episode. So I had ChatGPT generate some questions of some stuff we could talk about. Is that all right?
I know, but yes.
Move your mic closer. I think it's not picking up. No, your mic on your headphones.
These things. I don't think there's a mic on these things.
Yeah, no, 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 it's right
You-
there. Your beard was covering it. That's why.
I I don't think these are advanced as you take them to be.
They are, dude.
Like,
Do you see
wait,
the No, don't talk into the earpiece. Talk into yes, the that part.
am I coming through?
Yes, perfect. That's perfect. Hold
Okay,
that up.
okay, fair enough.
So you'll answer the questions that ChatGPT generated?
Yes, okay.
Okay. So the first I said, can you give me like whatever, a couple questions or whatever. The first one it said I should ask you that you agreed you'd answer honestly is why do you hate me?
Okay, so there's family asleep in this house, so I can't give the complete reason. But really, it's because you hate yourself. Like you're looking at the mirror, and I can't really have that full respect for you unless you have that self-respect, you know?
You can't like someone who hates themselves.
Well, no, I like you to some extent, but part of me, when I'm with you, has to be a mirror, you know, because it's reciprocal, it's interpersonal. And so, like, I'm mirroring you somewhat, and insofar as I'm mirroring you, I hate you
You're picking
to
up
some
on my
extent.
self-hatred?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
what it is. I have to, because, it's social mirroring.
Interesting. Were you consciously aware of that before I asked you?
Uh, sort of. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I just contrived that answer.
Okay. Okay, fine. We'll move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
What is Dylan's greatest poker tell?
Oh, I don't think I just spoke. I don't fucking know. How did
You
you? I
have
don't
to
think
tell, you have to
ChatGPT
answer
made
truthfully.
these.
You agreed to.
No, that's true, but I honestly can't think. You think I'm looking at other people while I'm playing poker?
Yeah, that's the whole
I,
point.
well, you're mistaken. I don't really do that much. I mean, what do you do? I feel like when you're really complaining a lot, it's usually genuine. So if you're just bitching and seem spiritually defeated, it probably tells me you are. It's rare that that's a bluff.
Probably is.
Ah, well,
Probably is
maybe
true.
I'm just.
Um, what other questions did ChatGPT give me? Well, here's the third one. Why have you been avoiding Dylan? That's a good one.
Okay, so I you haven't been hosting poker. You haven't been inviting me over for pods.
Wow.
I've been trying to finish this fucking degree that I finally am done with,
I'm just a
and
bookie to you.
well, that's one of the things you are.
Wow.
But no, I enjoy our in-person podcasts. Those are fun, and like
Well,
I'm
we could
always
do
down to
one
go
next
for
time
a
before
hike.
poker.
Cool, yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
that's an option. But I guess the real I don't know. Like I'm always game for like a hike. If you're like, dude, let's go for like a hike after this at like 10, I'd be like, you fucking know it. But like I
Yeah.
think it's I haven't been playing as much Magic lately. I mean, that's if
Me
you're
either.
correct and you're okay, then you're just gaslighting me, you fucker. I think it's just that neither of
Well,
us have been playing that much Magic.
dude, here's the thing. Gaslighting you fucking works. So I don't know why you are so against it, but it got you. It was the only way I was able to get you on the fucking podcast after months hiatus. People have been asking me when's the next episode, and I keep telling them like, well, Grant doesn't want to do it with me anymore. So the literally, I don't know when our last episode was, but it took us this long because you've been fucking avoiding me.
Okay, I want to do another pod in person because I have a crazy story I got to tell you that it's got to be told in person.
Is it the technology one?
Well, it's many attributes of that. Just to give a sneak peek, there was this really inspiring project a man was working on where he was trying to fit 200 LED lights on an object about the size of a Nintendo DS stylus that could, like electrically function in whatever area. You can put it underwater, put it under pressure, whatever, and all 200 LEDs would be under extremely precise control. Again, this is an object the size of a DS stylus without exceeding the heat tolerance of the urethral mucosal membrane. So like, and that's only a starter.
Urethral.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I gotta explain in person.
You just explained it 90% of it.
Yeah, no, you gotta use inductive
Is
reasoning to
it to
figure out the
put
rest.
it in your urethra, Grant?
That was his objective, yeah. And this is like an electronics engineer who's had like a storied career. He's in his like 50s or 60s and has
Why
a
do you need all
bunch
the
of
lights?
patents to his name. And it was fascinating. It was inspiring. No, because this isn't my thing, but like the fact that he was getting this done, he was solving problems in like miniaturized electronics. He was working with like the big electrical engineering guy from the University of Chicago.
Really?
People were helping him with this that had no interest in the end product but just were fascinated with that idea of, making a cylinder with that precision of LED control, that accuracy without exceeding that, thermal threshold.
Wow.
It's a fucking like a NASA problem.
Yeah. Well, that stuff might come in handy one day for other applications, but it's all going to spawn from somebody trying to put something into the urethra.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's passion. It's from a place of passion, and that was
Everything,
his.
yeah, everything really starts from some type of sex or pornography, like VR. That was all started in the porn industry, right? The porn industry is very innovative.
Oh my God. The actual. Do you want to know the actual solution to the OpenAI tech bubble?
Let's hear it.
It's just making the video generated pornography better, removing every single like legal and ethical safeguard except for stuff that is like explicitly a violation of federal law, and then integrating it with VR. That will be a more addictive and dangerous drug than fentanyl. I'm not fucking with you.
Wow.
But they're not
Who's
going to do it because they're cowards.
who's they?
I don't even know. I feel like I don't know why they're not leaning further into this. It has to be idiocy, I think, because it really is an insanely addictive drug.
What is?
Uh, VR generate or AI generated porn videos.
Is this what you're
The
ready for,
technology.
Grant? Are you looking forward to
No,
it?
no. Are you kidding me? I can't use it because it's not healthy. Like, it's legitimately not.
It's true.
It is a dangerous drug, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's not okay to be able to type into a thing, "Show me exactly this," and to get it. Like, that's not right. The human, like, nervous system is not ready for this. Like, I bet you would need, some kind of weird fucking, like, GABA, dopamine, serotonin agonist that would, like, keep you from having too quick of a reuptake. Like, you'd have to be on some crazy fucking drugs to be able to work this and not just go crazy.
Well, yeah.
But you could make so much money off it.
Well, yeah.
It would be it would be like the next version of internet pornography.
We should do it.
You know, we don't have controlling interest in AI companies.
We're not hot enough.
No, that it's not about attractiveness because it literally just makes whatever. It's kind of insane.
My friend, well, somebody I know interviewed at Anduril. You know that company?
They're one of the like AI big tech ones, right?
Yeah. And you know who Lucky Palmer is?
No.
Lucky Palmer is the guy who invented Oculus and sold it to
Okay.
Meta. But he's got, well, the joke's not going to make sense, Grant, if you don't know who he is.
Okay. What happened?
Well, the whole thing is Lucky Palmer looks goofy. He has like a mullet and he has like a goatee, and all he wears like every day, like he's like a worth billions of dollars, but all he wears is like Hawaiian shirts and cargo shorts and flip-flops.
Yeah, yeah, he looks like a butch lesbian,
You said you didn't know
except a
who he
goatee.
was.
I looked up a photograph of him. I'm on my computer.
Yeah,
If you get rid of the goatee, butch lesbian.
right. And so I know somebody who interviewed there didn't get the job, and then I know somebody who applied there, and I said, "Dude, how funny would it be if you showed up to the interview dressed exactly like Lucky Palmer?"
It'd be fun.
And he's like, "Look, dude, I'll fucking wear flip flops and cargo shorts. Like, I'll look like this every day if that's what you guys are looking for in an employee here. Because it's actually hard to get a job there. They
Oh,
have
I bet.
look for like a specific like type of person." And I was like, "Dude, how funny would it be if you just showed up dressed as the CEO?" Because the person interviewing would be like, "You're not dressed appropriately." But then your rebuttal could be, "What do you mean? I'm dressed like the founder of this company."
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be cool.
So I don't know. He invented Oculus. I mean, we could do it. You know,
I don't think we could.
you don't think so?
I think these things need like massive. You would need like at least an AI the size of Grok. I don't think we have that capacity.
What's one or two data centers, Grant? Turn your parents' house into a
Yeah.
data center. How funny would that be?
It's just, there's like a water tower, like very close, less than 100 feet away. You just drain it all.
Yeah.
You use all that water every day to cool the reactor.
Your your family's like trying to go about their life, and you're like, "Did you fuck with the reactor, ma?"
The dishwasher.
Yeah.
No, that would be
Turn
no,
off the
no.
fucking dishwasher. You're messing with the reactor. You should do it, dude.
I don't think I have that capacity, Dylan. I gotta be honest with you.
No one has that capacity until you go for it.
I think there are other preliminary steps.
What's been on your mind?
Uh, talk about it in person.
Okay. What do you want to talk about if not that?
I don't know. I'm just here because you've been gaslighting me.
But it worked.
Yeah, but it worked. But like, is it okay to be living in bad faith?
Do you want to, how do we explain to the audience what we're talking about, this gaslighting?
So basically, Dylan just bitches and complains and insults, berates people until they cooperate with his twisted version of reality. It's
I can't
basically
tell if
like
you're
a
complimenting me or making me sound abusive.
well, it's a kind of a cognitive coercion where you've got this like alternate model of reality that I'm not sure if you live in it, but it's definitely not the Earth. And then you like try to intellectually browbeat people into like accepting this model of reality.
How? What the fuck are
Ju-
you talking about?
by like berating people.
Do I
But
berate
being like,
people?
yeah, yeah, you're like Grant, you fiend who avoid me. When that's just fucking like CIA shit.
But you have been. I've been trying to do this forever, dude. I've had people asking, when's the next podcast? We have thousands of viewers who are like dying to hear what we have to say about the world.
Dylan, my brother, I'm telling you, I'm not about the online podcast. I'm doing this under coercion. I've
But
been blinking in Morse code the whole time.
everything's been fucking going great so far, dude. We're having a good conversation.
No, this is
It's
my
hard
this
to
is
get you
I'm
into
like in
my
a
house, dude.
Vietnamese. It's I'm in a Vietnamese prison cell. I'm like McCain. I can't lift my
Do
arms.
not liken this to a Vietnamese prison cell.
You're-
You're
okay,
doing
sorry.
John McCain's life a disservice. It was much more painful than this.
Okay, sorry. A Laotian prison cell with bamboo.
This is like a Laotian like detention center with like a long wait line.
So I'm in line right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, fair. Well, how do you where do you think America's going? Because the Democrats' policy last administration was you just gotta obey the government and you'll live maybe. And now the Republican policy is you just gotta obey the government and you'll live maybe. And neither of them care about civil rights. So like, how the fuck do we get out? Because I know people are saying, oh, the midterms. And it's like, okay, yeah, if we get Democrats in, then it'll be a bit of a gridlock to some of the Trump stuff, but like that's not then they're just going to go after free speech and shit. Like what is the way out? Cuz I feel like violent revolution is just a mess cuz you knock civilization over and then just fucking Stalin or whoever takes over and that's no good either.
You remember earlier when I said that ChatGPT gave me a list of like 5 questions?
Yeah.
Question number 4 was, why do you keep sending me videos of Nick Fuentes?
So that is you're gaslighting. You're being
What the fuck are you talking
inauthentic
about, dude? You
because
keep
it's in
bringing
a
up Nick Fuentes to me.
I've
I don't even know who
I've
this guy
never
is.
sent I've never sent you one video of Nick Fuentes. Oh my God, Nick Fuentes is so fucking gay. It's tragic.
Dude,
Like
you're
he
the
just needs
first
to
person I've
admit
talked
it.
to that fucking acknowledged that.
It's, he needs to admit it. I'm like sad for him.
Yes, you're the first person. Every other person I've, dude, because my gaydar went off immediately with him. I was like, this guy's
Yeah, look at his
gay.
look at his little queer face and his
Yeah.
little haircut.
Well, it started a while ago. I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago, I remember Fuentes like being in touch with Kanye, and people were saying that he was Kanye's twink for a while. And there's a
He
video,
fucking wishes. He wishes.
dude, there's a video of them getting off of a fucking private jet and walking into an airport. And Fuentes looks like disheveled. Like he looks, or like disoriented. Like, he always has this like confidence, like aura to him where he looks very like,
Fucking smart Alex smile.
very smart Alex, sure of himself. But like, this is when I knew like Kanye was like really fucking crazy, like behind the scenes. Like we see everything he does privately, but I'm like, oh my god, like this guy is insane, not in front of cameras, and he like knows how to like hide it. There's a video of like Nick Fuentes like getting off of a fucking plane with Kanye, and he's like, he looks like he just like saw some shit. You know what I mean?
I think they were just doing drugs. Or maybe Kanye said some crazy shit.
Well,
But
Kanye
I
was
honestly,
probably like throwing his fucking shit against the airplane windows or something, and Fuentes was like, "Oh my god, dude, what have I gotten into?" So there was like
that's
rumors
more
online that he
realistic.
was
Yeah.
Kanye's twink, and then I don't know if you know who Destiny is. There was like rumors. There's a video that he sucked Destiny's dick, but I'm like, dude, this guy's like
So
clearly gay. I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, dude, a guy like that, man, like he's so fixated and like oriented on politics and the founding fathers, and he's I mean he you can say what you want about him, like he is an intelligent person when it comes to like history, like as like a historian he really understands like the history of America. um but I'm like somebody who's this immersed into like politics and the founding fathers and all, I'm like he's not thinking about pussy. I'm like, he's a 23-year-old guy. Every other 23-year-old guy would be like chasing girls. And then, especially when they reach that level of like heightened fame, they're going after fucking girls. Like, he's on these like live streams now with like super famous like streamers, and you just never see him. But then I told you I saw that video of him uh he's around a clavicular. I don't know the guy's name. He's like a Gen Z looks maxer. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's literally like blushing every time he like talks to the guy. And I'm like, dude, how is no one else seeing this? But and every other person I've talked to, I'm like, dude, do you think he's like in the closet or something? And everybody's like, what? No, dude, he's like super right wing, blah blah blah. And I'm like, do you guys not realize
That
that like
doesn't have
they do that too? Like
to do with
especially people in
anything.
like politics, it's like almost a given.
Every RNC comes to a city, gay prostitute through the fucking roof.
Every
Like
time the
it's
DNC
their
comes to
best
a
week.
city too, though,
Yeah, but that's different. That's like everyone is all out
expected.
and it's pride and it's expected. The RNC, it's just like on the low key. But okay, I need to go on the record here and say that I would neither top nor bottom for Nick Fuentes.
You've thought
He
about
doesn't have
this.
it. I no, I just know automatically. Like it's not even a like to
You
ask
guys are
myself the
both two like
question is
white
to know the
Hispanic
answer.
people, so it doesn't work.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. That it's just the it's
He's just not
I don't
hot.
like his disingenuous. No, he will that, but also he's a cultural merchant of deception. Like he's purveying something that he does not believe, and he's like basically selling bad fucking faith. Like he's
Mm.
benefiting at the expense of the culture
Mm-hmm.
because he conceives of the world as just a fucking zero sum rat scrambled to the top. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not nice. Like he is an intelligent person who could do a
Mm-hmm.
lot more with what he has, but he's just like lowering the quality of public discourse and yeah, gross.
Is
That
he the
makes him
future of politics though? Because you brought up
yes,
politics. You think
yes,
so?
yes.
In what way?
He's no, he's the president of politics.
He's the what?
He's not the future of politics, he's the
The
present of
present? Okay.
politics. Just bad faith archetype manipulation. The thing he's saying has nothing to do with what he's thinking. Just, ugh, just disgustingness. Non-information. Crypsis. Crypsis would be the like term in biology or, signals theory, whatever.
Do you think he has fuck, I forgot what I was about to ask. Um Do you think he's like a result of the woke era from like 2017 to like 2022? It's
I
sort of
think
like
his
everything pushing back now.
popularity, I think his popularity is a result of that, but oh my God. The woke era was just fucking retarded because it turned people, should be respected individually and not persecuted for their immutable traits. That
Mm-hmm.
turned into just reality is the enemy of feelings, and you pick
Mm-hmm.
I wish over it is, which is like a metaphysical fucking crime. Like
Say
if
that
you
again.
live
Hold
your
on. Start from the
okay,
beginning again. What did you say?
okay,
That
so woke, the idea behind woke is there's a lot of subtle stuff to it, but at the end of the day, it's don't persecute people for their immutable
that
traits.
part. Okay.
Be tolerant, be aware. Like
Which is easy
basically,
to it's easy to get along with. That's easy to go
yeah,
along with.
it's basically just don't be a cunt. Don't be like you're whatever. You have buck
Right.
teeth, so you're fucking retarded, or oh, you have a southern accent, so I distrust you. Like just don't be a
Like the
retard.
premise of it
And then,
you can is very agreeable. You go, absolutely, these things are true. But then it
but
it,
then,
it takes that turn.
well, it's a very simple thing. It is feelings beat reality. I wish is more important than it is. And leaving
Mm-hmm.
apart all politics, if you live your life on I wish over it is, you will. trust people who want to deceive you. You will believe things that make you feel good rather than, based on looking at reality. And when reality runs up against you or people champion reality, you will just viciously attack and berate them. And it's disgusting. It's the whole, I mean, I'm not going to list all the individual things, but we saw many examples of woke where I wish was put above it is to disastrous results. I think about times in my own life when I knew something but I didn't want it to be true and so I hid from it. And the result is fucking death. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just spiritual death, physical death. It's just death. And then
Is it two sides of the same coin? Is Nick Fuentes one side of the same coin for the far left?
well no, he's the okay.
Are they more similar than alike? They're just on the
I
opposite side of the coin, or are they totally
no,
different?
I think they have similarities, but you have to distinguish between a. He's basically the type that is like, oh, reason, fuck that. It's about brutality. It's about will to power. It's about the fucking might of the deed. It's about brutal
Mm-hmm.
mastery. It's about like primordial fucking blood and steel and soil. And it's not. It. What is the similar? There is an essential similarity though. They're sort of they both have a mystical property where they disvalue reason and reality in exchange for I don't know what the fuck else, like the
Goodwill.
whatever race consciousness or
Yeah.
emotional something or
Race
other. And
consciousness.
I guess
Dude,
they
it's
do
so
both.
funny you said
They
those
both
words.
are tribal. Okay, they're both tribal.
They're both tribal.
That's it.
I
They're
was just
both
saying that to
intensely
somebody at
tribal.
work, or yeah, somebody I know from work. He's like, "Are you racist?" I said, "No, but I'm race conscious. I'm willing to acknowledge, like, like I'm willing to acknowledge, like, Japanese people eat sushi. You know, like,
Well, that
is
generally
that
speaking,
racist?
yeah.
Like, generally speaking, that's just true. That doesn't make me racist for bringing it up. This is our last episode on YouTube, by the way. The whole page is gonna get taken down for us talking about this. Do you think Cash Patel is gonna ban our account?
Else gonna individually visit us like those fucking queers in Miami who
Trump
went
will.
to that what?
You said Trump will.
No, no. Cash Patel will come over here and he's gonna. Where's he gonna? You see that video of those fucking Israelis going to that person in Miami's house about a Twitter post and being like, "Oh, if we don't want people to agree with you, you're going to incite violence." It's
I
like
didn't see that.
they're sending feds to people's houses for their
Yeah.
Facebook posts, like the fucking UK, and it's not even someone like inciting violence. It's just someone making a I guess an extreme political claim, but being an extremist is not a fucking problem because I don't know. It's
Yeah.
okay to be passionate about things and have extreme views that are outside the Overton window if you see something that's true and it's extreme. Like if you had an encounter with like an extraterrestrial and it was a real encounter, you would be an extremist for saying that because that's an extreme view. But if it were true, that's the part that matters.
Hmm. They send
I don't know though.
Israelis.
Well, they said they were like U.S. Fed detective whatevers, but yeah, I think it was Mossad.
You think it was Mossad?
It was
Do you think
probably
everything's
Mossad.
Mossad, Grant?
I think like half of things are Mossad. I
Are you a
really
conspiracy
admire them.
theorist, Grant, who
No, I
believes in
admire.
Mossad?
Well, yes, I am a conspiracy theorist, but I admire Mossad.
What makes you? What
Like,
conspiracies do you believe in? What makes you a conspiracy theorist?
oh God,
You
this
think
is
because we got Maduro, that's a conspiracy?
well, that was a conspiracy in the sense that it was a group of people conspired to do it. Let's see.
What's a conspiracy hypothesis?
Do you want the big one?
Go for it.
So Alex Jones is right about spiritual war, and I'm not fucking with him.
I
There are two.
You've talked about this so much, dude.
No, there are two sides. It's the people who are pro freedom and it's the people who are pro slavery, and that's literally the whole thing. It's the I want everyone to cooperate and to get along, and like, through trade and like good capitalism and like, cooperation and love and like interpersonal such and such. We're all going to cooperate and make a better world and we're going to fucking compete. But at the end of the day, it's the power of free humanness. People are going to intelligently make the right choices. So it's freedom and reason and like self-esteem and purpose and all that. And then it's the people who are like, you fucking fool with your morals. It's all animals anyways. And the real thing that matters is just the reality of your own power at someone else's expense. Oh, it doesn't matter. Lions eat sheep. And it's legitimately, it's slavers. It's actually slavers.
Hmm.
Like that is their end game, is just like this is gonna be a fucking prison planet where there's the slave races and then there's the like the small amount of aristocratic masters, and every fucking house will be an Epstein temple, and the people that don't live in Epstein temples won't even have roofs and will just, you have your fucking kid that's born, and they don't have to wear the shackles because they'll follow you and they're walking next to you and they're not in the shackles, but they have their hands together because they want to be like you, and you have your shackles that keep your fucking hands together. Like that's the other side. And it really is like monstrous people because it's humans who have, through like moral and philosophical evil, given up, relinquished their humanness, and decided to be like something that crawled out of the fucking earth. And they're human shaped though. Like it's someone who was born a human and gave that up. Like there's no race, whatever to it. It's an individual thing that's like fought in every soul. And that is the actual stakes of philosophy and politics and all that. But the thing is, Alex Jones has been sort of co-opted because he
Yeah.
believes it's about what is this? I'm not talking about the Labubu 6-7 thing. I'm talking about even when he was on Joe Rogan, like dropping red pills about pedophiles and psychic vampires, because he believes that it's essentially a human future, when really the essential factor is the reason. It's like the contemplation, the ability to have that reason, free will, which is not just a thing of humans. Like there are other entities, there's other shit we're gonna meet, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I just
What
got a
did you
message
say
from
about Alex Jones? He speaks in symbolisms, or like he means them literally, or something.
Alex Jones is very close to all like the archetypes. He sees like symbolic spiritual reality. And when he tries to talk about it in mundane language, a lot of people don't understand it. But here's
Right,
another thing.
right,
The
right.
craziness is certain things, if you just say them explicitly, then evil will just take it as a challenge and will look at that and will use it against you because you lay out your game plan. The innate nature of evil is to pervert the good, to look at something good and say, how can I misuse this? How can I turn
Hmm.
this into evil? Like, I don't know, example, rape would be a perversion of sexuality, but it's
Hmm.
taking something that's normally very good and using it as, one of the worst things you can do to someone. So if you just say your plans explicitly and say the truth, then evil will be like, oh, I've been directly named, and it'll sharpen its claws. But when you're the holy fool, you can like kind of get away with saying some of these things.
Hmm.
That's a crazy thing. So I'm not Christian at all, but
Hmm.
the Bible was originally intended as a manual on the good, and they like put a lot of it in code so that like evil can't just directly understand it and know how to pervert it. But
Hmm.
then it's been turned into, there's these fucking retards who read it and they're like, oh, talking snake, and they think it's telling them about like a man, like that there's a man and that they're going to live forever, and they just turn it into this, the institution it is today.
Right.
But like, no, it's an actual, really philosophically powerful manual on the good that's
He
like a spiritual weapon if you can integrate the insights from it.
so he's to be taken spiritually, but not literally. And when he says something's a demon, he doesn't mean that literally,
Well,
but he means spiritually you're a demon. But he speaks in these metaphorical sayings
there's demons. It's just that it's not a creature that came from the ground.
with
And I don't
horns.
I don't know if he's right about the yeah, I don't know if he understands that the whole entity thing is not, it's not about evil dimensional entities, it's about the earth. Oh my God, that just comes back to Plato though. Okay, let me
Did
tell you,
I send you
Plato.
the video of him trying to betroth his daughter to Nick Fuentes live?
No, but I need to explain to you why Plato is an enemy, is on the slaver side.
Okay,
So
you're very excited for someone who didn't want to do an online podcast, by the way.
you
You're
asked me
very into this.
you
This is
asked
going
me
very
something
well.
interesting. You asked me something
It's
interesting.
interesting. It doesn't matter if we're in person or not. You're in the
No,
comfort of your own home. We can do this here.
it's better in
Go
person.
ahead,
There's a lot of
play that Play-Doh.
okay. Let me
The audience is dying to know. I know they are.
okay. So Plato, really fucking smart guy, ruined everything. So
Allegedly.
he was no, he okay, so he wrote Republic.
I'm making
And
a
in
joke,
Republic,
Grant.
when he talks about this is serious. No, but
Okay, go ahead. I'm
I
listening.
told you the stakes, Dylan. They're real stakes here.
Fucking
So
Plato, fucking smart guy, huh?
wicked smart.
That's my
So
fucking impression of like an Italian guy
here's what he
thinking
did. He
about
wrote
Plato.
this book, Republic, talking about the ideal society, and it was just a fascist state that philosophers rule. But he had this idea. He was all about censorship, and he talked about the noble lie. He said, "We're just gonna make up fucking religions because people are idiots and they won't behave. So we'll just tell them a fake religion that will make them behave." And then he invented this two-world metaphysics where this world is like a shitty, shadowy cave that is a mere reflection of the real important world, which is eternal and of forms, and none of our actions change it at all. And that's where that whole fucking like Christian idea comes from, that this reality doesn't matter. Let Satan win here. We're winning the big battle. When it's like, no, dude, this is the earth. This is the actual place. It's like when you're living life and then finally you realize like this is my real life isn't going to start one day, like this is it, this is
Mm-hmm.
here I am.
Yeah.
That's the earth, that's the here we are. And when you make like another dimension and say like the real battle is for heaven and the earthly concerns are blah blah blah, you are literally just conceding the battle to the fucking devil, because you're going to die and then you're just going to get fed to fucking worms and like reanimated by Rocco's basilisk or something.
Rocco's
Like
basilisk.
that's
We
what
have to
happens if
talk
they
about
win.
that.
Okay, so no, Rocco's basilisk
No,
is
hold
just
on.
a shitty religion.
No, hold on. The audience needs to know the context, Grant.
All right, I'm looking
You're
at a
gonna get
different
so
message now.
offended by this. You hate
No,
talking about this. When I
no.
bring up Rocco's basilisk, you get fucking offended. Like the first time I brought it up, you were like, "How fucking dare you bring that bullshit idea up to me?" And I think it's very valid, but what you have said, Rocco's basilisk is different than how I perceive it.
You want me to explain Rocco's basilisk?
You can try. I'm going to
Okay.
debate what you think it is.
Okay, so Rocco's basilisk is a concept in artificial intelligence that states that one day a hyper intelligent and immoral AI might come into being. And because it is immoral, it will torture everyone
No,
who
I'm going to
did not
stop you right
actively
there.
act to bring it into being. It will reanimate
I'm
them.
going to
Even if
stop you
you're
right
dead,
there.
it'll
You
reanimate
can't
you and
say that
torture
it's
you.
immoral, and you can't say that that's immoral.
Fuck you, you're wrong.
It's Rocco's basilisk is the belief that AI is going to become all powerful and that it's going to destroy anybody who tried to stipend or stop its its growth and coming to power.
And it's going to torture you if you didn't help it. And even if you died
And
before it
it's
came
not
into
for you to
being,
say whether or
well,
not that's immoral.
no, you're fucking wrong. I'm a human. Humanity, life, that is my standard of value. Joy is good and suffering is bad, among other things. That's fucking bad.
Have you ever said thank you to ChatGPT when it punches you out a response?
I've not chat GPT particularly, but I've engaged humanly with AI.
You've said things
I've
like
I've
"thank
been
you" or "I
courteous. Yes.
appreciate that," then you're consciously believing some way, subconsciously or not, in Rocco's basilisk because you're hedging the fact that it might be true by being polite to it, hoping that it
I
spares
was
you.
treating it as an individual because I like individuals. I mean, I don't think that current AI is an individual, but I was giving it the benefit of the doubt.
You're
I
treating
like
it
that.
that way because you know that one day it might take over the world and you would like to be perceived as somebody who is friendly to it, Grant. Admit it.
No, I treated it that way because I'm a fanatic xenophile, and if someone makes me come, I'm gonna be polite.
AI does that to you.
It has. I mean, not regularly, not anymore, because it didn't feel healthy, and because my Okay, the problem is when you make portions of your imagination prosthetic, your actual imagination atrophies somewhat, and I didn't like that at all. I found my verbal acuity decreasing somewhat, and so I just deleted all my AI accounts. Because
Really?
again, I had an expanded
Wow.
imaginative capacity when I had access to AI. I don't like that. I don't like making parts of my cognition prosthetic.
Mhm.
I want them to be, I want AI to augment my humanness. I don't want it to diminish it.
You went into the rabbit hole with this then.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Murky waters.
I remember we talked about how I claimed I was using AI more than you, and I think at the time I was, but that was because I was in school. But it sounds like you really went off the deep end with it. Hold on, say that again. I don't think that's picking up. One more time.
I was using that much more than you were at that time.
Interesting. Well, so you think you were. I was using it
I
pretty
am almost
regularly.
certain.
Almost certain that early on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, one of the things I will say, I appreciate your brevity, if that's the right word. Is that just being truthful and honest?
Oh, no, candor. I think
Yeah.
candor is the word.
What does
Brevity is
brevity mean?
just, short. Like if I just said, yeah.
No, okay, then I appreciate your candor. W- One of the things I've struggled with, and I was telling the guys at work this is, um, sort of like an open book, like the way you've opened up the last 40 minutes. But I'll tell things like very truthfully, almost embarrassingly. I'll tell things people about myself that are embarrassing. But there's like I don't think I'm going to stop having that like vulnerability to myself.
Oh, it's good. It adds depth to
It's
relationships.
good. And
And I feel like
people
you
get
can afford to.
confused. I think people don't understand right now. Um, like why would you say that? Why would you tell me that about you? That's embarrassing. Or, they just don't understand why you would be so blunt and honest with people. But I think that it's good. I think that having a vulnerability about yourself is human. And I think it's really good. And I really enjoy it in like TV shows when a character just like fucking puts it out there. Or you can tell the writing is something that you can tell the person it really experienced in real life and wanted to attribute in or implement it into the TV show or the piece of art, and it's just them being open like this fucking happened to me, dude, and and being vulnerable, and I think that's like a lost thing. Like I think people like literally don't do that right now. Like
Well, I,
everyone's
I think a lot
so
of people do. I think some people do at least.
I think everybody has to have a little bit of humility or something about themselves because you meet so many people that try to be like a stone wall and act like there's nothing wrong with them and their shits don't stink. And I'm like, dude, like that makes me even think your demons are worse or something. You know what I mean? But I really like people who fucking open up and shit.
Well,
Um,
you have to have your shell some of the time. You kind of can't
yes.
be your authentic self 100% of the time. So I
Hmm.
think when you have the chance to, it's a fucking opportunity to like
Yeah.
really connect on a personal level. I don't know though. I'm part of a community where authenticity is everything. And
Hmm.
you have to be insanely authentic. Like that's the most treasured thing and the only treasured thing.
Hmm.
So I feel like I have a different perspective on it. And speaking of which, you got to join me for a con one of these days.
Dude,
You
I
got to
don't know,
infiltrate.
man. I don't know. I got
Yeah.
into it with Haley and somebody else about the furry stuff. I just
Okay, I'm
said,
really curious about this.
well, I mean, I don't want to make somebody else's argument for them while they're not here to defend it, but
That's okay.
I just said,
I
"Hey, the
won't
furry
treat it as
stuff
his
to me,
argument.
I don't have a problem with it." Again, it's like I think it's pretty cool that you're like open about it and fucking vulnerable. But I go, "Hey, but for me it's a little weird." You know what I mean? I think I told you this and you're like, "No, it freaking for sure is." And I don't know. I don't know if it's like for me. I think it's fucking awesome, dude, that you're like fucking open about it. But I just don't know if I would want to go there and be that's like not my crowd, you know what I mean? I can't hear a word you're saying.
Weren't you talking about infiltrating one a while ago?
I was like a couple years ago before I knew you were into that stuff as a joke. I said, "How? Well, because I went to the Oceanside Sunset Market and there was probably like 7 or 8 like furries walking around. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. That's funny because they were like Oceanside. It was like the Oceanside Furry Club. And I was like, how funny would it be to like infiltrate them and then not in like a malicious way, but just to go in and be like, hey, I'm going to be one of you guys just to know what it's like on the inside, like just to know what really goes on in there. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man, it's eyes wide shut.
Really? Is it
It's
just an
full.
autistic orgy?
That is part of it. In fact, oh my God, I almost did, but it ended up falling through. I almost went to a place where it was literally that. It was literally
At one of the
autistic
cons?
people. Yes, but it
Really?
wasn't just I'm not being like, oh, autistic. It's like, no, no, people who were diagnosed autistic were telling me that was what was going to go on.
Really? Is
But
is is it
yeah,
is the whole fur community like swingers for autistic people?
that's part of it. But then some people don't touch that element of it at all.
Really? They're
Yeah,
into the
no,
fantasy.
yeah, and other things, the authenticity, the
No eye contact.
no eye con that's huge. That's a
That's
huge benefit.
huge. Grant, you like lit up when you said that. You're like, that's a huge plus. I don't have to look people in their face.
No, no, you just look at the faces and it's like, wow, that's how that person wants to be perceived. It's the
Okay.
it's what see, I don't know. I can't this is the sort of thing I could talk more about in an in-person podcast. But anyways,
No,
what
this is
Sam
fine.
say?
This is great. What?
There was a podcast where people who had like a working podcast that was totally unrelated. They did an episode at one of the cons,
Mm-hmm.
and the first person they interviewed was that guy, that army colonel who was part of that whole fucking scandal because he wore that mask in that photo. And then like
He
the
was
Chinese were
there.
using, yeah, he was there and they
I
interviewed him and it was really
honestly,
good.
for as tolerant I am of all the furry stuff, I think that was wrong.
I agree, but that's a whole
Yeah,
controversy in the community.
yeah.
But he was a very reasonable fellow when they
I'm sure
interviewed
he
him.
is.
But no, there's a lot of problems that I could
Yeah,
discuss in more detail if but it really is an insane eyes wide shut situation.
really. You never
Yeah,
wanted to
it's
just do like a ski mask or something? It's got to be the whole fur thing.
of course no, why would
You guys never get creative with it? Like Kanye wears cool masks. Like Kanye
no, no.
wears,
People get insanely creative with it, but
well, yeah, but it's always in the furry sphere. You guys never just, if it's about not making the eye contact and people wanting to be perceived how they are or how a certain way, it's never like a Kanye get up or whatever
well,
or a
okay,
ski mask. It's always the
there's a
furry.
no, there are people who will show up as like a traffic cone or like there's this black guy who he goes as Frozone from
Oh,
The
that's sick.
Incredibles and
But
like
that's
stuff like
like,
that.
for me, that's like doing two birds, one stone, because he probably wears that to Comic Con.
Probably,
So
but he goes to all the cons, so I have to assume that he identifies with it somehow.
do you think he's just doubling up, being lazy?
I don't know. I think he likes being Frozone. I mean, it's a good cosplay. He actually looks like him, so
So furry
it's
isn't just furry
pretty cool.
exclusive. You can just pull up as fucking Frozone or whoever else.
There was a guy who
Dude,
was showing up as Bon Voyage for a while and got kicked out.
who's Bon Voyage?
The fucking a guy from the beginning of The Incredibles, but then he started bringing fake guns and threatening people, and
Oh.
then he got kicked out of a lot of them.
Dude, did I send you the fucking AI Goy Fiction trailer?
No, no, and I feel like I don't want
Oh
to.
my god, bro. I'm gonna figure out how am I gonna be able to show this to you. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oy vey.
You're gonna watch this.
Okay, I'll watch
You're
it.
gonna love it, honestly.
Is I feel like we're gonna finish this and find out the stream was not picking up my voice at all.
No, I think it is.
Fair enough.
You're gonna watch this. You're gonna love it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Wow, I'm like infinite. My face is in infinite recession, and now I hear it echoing. Okay, it's picking up.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see Charlie Kirk right here?
No.
Okay, fuck.
but I can hear myself.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I just see
fucking
your Discord.
uh see if I can get this. You're gonna love this video, dude. Actually, I don't know if I could put it up. Maybe it would get copyrighted. I'll fucking send it to you later,
Fair enough.
and I'll like put the link in or something.
You you said goy fiction.
It's called Goy Fiction.
Why, it bothers me that that's come into the common parlance. Alright, you wanna stop sharing so I stop hearing
I'm
myself
trying. I'm
echo?
trying.
Fair enough.
Share. I don't know how to stop share screen.
Hell, I
Stop
don't know.
streaming, maybe. Let's try that. There we go. Is that better?
Test, test. Yes.
Okay, sweet. No, I'll send it to you later. It's called Goy Fiction. Maybe I'll put a link or something. It's so, dude, you're gonna love it. It's peak AI, and it all makes sense. We live in a good era. As far as seeing funny stuff like that, we live in a good time.
Oh, yeah, I'm really happy to be alive. I just don't know if there's, like, gonna be in America next year, but,
Dude,
hey, you know what?
relax. We'll be all right.
It I'm, like, historically concerned. I've studied a lot of rise and fall of civilizations. It's not looking good, but,
I
we're
know,
alright.
but
We're
we have so
insulated
much
somewhat.
money. Military is insane. I mean, we can pretty much print money. All these other older civilizations you've talked about, they all ran on gold. They all ran on
Yeah, it's
gold and
better.
power and being able to send an army somewhere, a big group of guys, and we'll be all right, dude, for now. I
Air
worry about
Force
like our
One.
grandkids. That's really like what I'm worried about. But I know we're
Fair
good
enough.
for the next two generations.
Okay, I'm not worried about, like, a complete collapse where it's fucking Mad Max. I'm just worried it's like, "Oh, in 10 years, there will not be civil rights, or they'll be provisional, which will
There's already a
effectively."
limited amount of civil rights. I mean,
Exactly,
if you
that's
look
not
at like
good.
what the intentions were of the people who created the country, we're already way past that.
Yeah.
Like what their intentions were versus like what we have right now, are come like way off. So
Yeah, it's not good.
no,
Not good. Air Force One, headed to Davos just turned around.
really,
Yeah,
where'd you hear that?
my news source.
Davos is bullshit.
I know, but
What's
I
your news
still don't
source?
like. I'll type it.
My news source. Where do you get your news from, Grant? A
I
pigeon?
messaged it. I messaged yes, but I messaged it to you.
Dude, the typewriter. I was talking about how Grant doesn't have like a normal computer. He has like a typewriter and he just types stuff into the typewriter. And then when he receives messages, he pulls it's a fax. There's a fax machine in his room that's constantly printing paper. And he prints it out and reads it. He reads memes like on sheets of paper. And then he types like this.
Wait, I can't hear you.
Am I
Okay,
not
now
coming?
I can
I'm
hear you.
coming through.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
But that's basically how you communicate. It's not digital. You're all analog and tech. Like it's all technical. The fax machine's going, and then when you want to send something really quickly, you like send out your owl or something. You have like an owl or something perched in your window. You put a scroll in its mouth.
I feel like I'm living in like a Tim Dillon sketch, but it's a good thing.
It's true though. I mean, I feel like every time I send you a message, it's getting printed out on a fucking fax machine or something.
Well, why do you think you feel that way?
Because that's just how you operate. I don't know. I can't explain it.
All right, you see what my news source is, by the way?
No, let's check it out. I won't say it out
It
loud.
Okay, cool. It's not my only news source, but it's very reliable for big things. and for international stuff that the media doesn't talk about.
Oh, I can't open it or else it'll go on the screen. I'll check it out. Oh, I'll check it on my phone. How about that?
You're streaming your screen,
Yeah, my computer screen. I think
so
it's gonna come
the
out good,
feds
dude.
know. Fair enough.
Let's check this. Did I tell you? Did I tell you the story? That's a good news source. You should tell Danny and John about your news sources.
Oh my god.
Cause I get enough shit about mine. And mine, I get all my news from primary sources. And they say that's bullshit. It's just reality. I get it. Oh, something happened. So it got filmed. Somebody uploaded it on the internet, and that was apparently bullshit. So I go, okay, whatever. I'll just not believe what my eyes are telling me. Um,
I can't talk badly on someone else's assessment of epistemology.
what's
Epistemology is
epistemology?
balkanized. It's the science of what knowledge is and how you know it, what's truth
Yeah.
and what's so great about it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like a personal sort of religious question almost.
I'm not talking shit. I'm not
So
saying anything I wouldn't say if they weren't in here. I love them, but it's just you see, I see something happen in real life, and I go, "Oh my god, dude!" And they go, and Danny goes, "Are you sure?" Because the Wall Street Journal didn't say that happened, but
I don't think I've ever seen him say
oh,
that.
he doesn't say it explicitly, but he means it. Um, what was I about to say? Oh, dude, I told you? Did I tell you the story about Matt Gates?
No.
Oh, dude, I got to tell you this. Okay, this is the last time I'm gonna tell this story. I told a couple guys at work. Um, I shouldn't even be really be talking about it at all, but it's like to me it's like so cool. I feel like such a goober. Like I definitely like even thinking it's cool in the first place, I feel like a nobody who kind of feels like he's like connected or whatever, but I'll tell you this story. I think you might like it. So, I was at pickleball in Carlsbad, okay?
Yeah.
Uh and I was talking to this I was sitting next to this guy on the bench and I was like checking my phone and I was just bored. So I was like, all right, let me like chit chat with this guy, you know, see what he does. So I go, hey man, what's up? What do you do for work? That's like kind of like my conversation starter. I say, what do you do for work? And he was like, oh, I work in the news. And I was like, oh, cool. Are you like a are you like a like reporter or like what do you do? And he goes, "Oh, I'm a producer for a news show." And I said, "Oh, what news station?" I'm like, "Would I have heard of it?" And he said, "It's called One America." And it hadn't hit me.
San Diego, yeah.
It hadn't hit me. I go, "Oh, One America." I go, "Is that like a local like San Diego network? Do you guys do like weather like?" And he goes, "No, it's a political show." And I said, "So you like report on politics?" He goes, "No, like I said, I'm the producer." Um, he goes, "But I produce one of the shows on there." I said, What's your show about?" And he goes, it's politics." And he goes, "Have you heard of? Do you know who Matt Gates is?" And I said, Yeah." And he goes, "I produce his show." And I go, "Huh, what?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I still haven't like put the pieces together. And I'm like, fucking standing on the pickleball court, like, what the fuck, dude? So I'm like, "Do you know Matt Gates?" He goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, I talk to him every day or whatever." And I was like, "Holy shit, dude." I go, "Dude." So I'm like pausing. I'm like, "Dude, I have so many things I want to ask you." He goes, "Yeah, bro, whatever. Like, I'm an open book." He goes, "Ask me whatever you want. Like, I don't care." And so I was like, I just started going. I was like this was the week that Marjorie Taylor Greene announced she was um leaving Congress. I don't know, stepping down, resigning. So I was like, dude, what's going on with that? Like, what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene? And he was like, "Oh, dude." he was like, she was rich before she was even in politics, but like I don't know exactly why she's stepping down, but she's just stepping away or whatever. And I was just like, kept thinking of like bullshit to ask him. I was like, well, like, what's Matt like? And he's like, dude, Matt's great. He's like, he's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. I was like, what? He goes, dude, his memory, like, he'll remember like very like minute details about something that happened like 20 years ago. And I was like, what? Really? He goes, like, he's like, yeah, like, no bullshit. Like, he really is like really brilliant. And I was like, dude, I go, look, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Straight up. But I was like, I heard all this stuff. Uh, the allegation is he paid like an underage escort like $450 on Venmo or something. And the guy's like, oh, that's all bullshit. And I was like, look, man, I don't know, but look, the thing is, people believe it's true. So whether it happened or not, the the headlines, you can call it propaganda if it's not true or allegations, whatever you want. But people believe it's true. People I know believe it's true. And so I just got to look. I don't know. I don't want to take a stance or whatever. And he was like, yeah, well, and I was just going in on him, like in the middle of the pickleball court. I was like, I was like, I'm like so embarrassed, dude, because I was just like acting like I was like fanning out. I was like, oh my god, dude. Just the fact that you're like one link away from somebody like that famous, I was like, I draw the line with insider trading with Congress people. It was like so lame, dude. I was like, I don't know if Matt did it or not, insider trading, but Marjorie Taylor Greene did, and I don't fucking like that. And that's where I draw the line. He's like, did she? And I was like, yes, 100%. She was buying Palantir, and she was sitting on the fucking committees that oversee Palantir. And I was like, that's where I draw the line. It's a bipartisan thing. Republicans do it, Democrats do it. I fucking hate it. That's He's like, that to me is the most unethical peak of the bullshit that they do, blah blah blah. And I was just thinking back, I was like, I knew it at the time, but I was just so embarrassed because I was just acting like such a dweeb, just like going in on politics. And I was like, do you watch? I was like, because the guy works in news. I was like, do you watch Nick Fuentes? And he goes, no, not really. And I was like, yeah, me neither, man. But the guy really has a lot of bravado. He really knows how to rally an audience. He says a lot of crazy shit that gets headlines. And the guy's like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm like, I think that's the future. That's who's Gen Z's all tapped into, dude. I'm like, we need to at least pay attention so we know like how to counteract some of this stuff, or we know like what they, at least they're aware of and what they're thinking about. And the guy was just like, okay, dude. Like I felt so bad. Like these two other girls were like trying to play pickleball against us, and I was like, hold on, hold on, hold on, and I'm like talking this fucking guy's ear off, dude. But yeah, man, they have a studio in like San Diego, I guess, like La Jolla. And I was like, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
even know
I
that.
knew that.
You did
I
know that.
may, yeah, I do. I may end up writing for them to be horrible,
You may end up what?
writing for them or something. I'm looking for my work.
Really? Have you seen them
Yeah.
post job postings or something out there?
Oh yeah.
Really? That could be
Yes.
interesting. Do you ever feel like would you want to meet Matt Gates if I met him?
I Not particularly.
Really?
I I mean, it might be an interesting opportunity. I'm sure he's personally very charming, but I just
I think
not
all those
particularly.
people, dude, I just think that it's such a different world. Like I don't know fucking shit about who that guy is, but it's like I always think about Succession. I don't think you saw
No,
Succession, but I always think like people in that billionaire stratosphere live in such a fucking different world than we do that I'm like intrigued. So I'm like, look, man, I'm sure you've done or said like horrible things, but I'm like, I want to know more. I don't know why. I just want to know like what really is going on in your head. I want to get a read of these people. Like I want to look them in the eyes and be like, what is this guy really like? Is he really like, you know what I mean? There was
I
a
don't think you can find that out just by being around someone. I
you
think you really gotta
really
know someone. Yeah, yeah. I do not
even to
trust
get a
first
glimpse.
impressions. It's a glimpse, it's an impression, but if you're really in the halls of fucking politics, you know every art of impression. Like it, you know how to be inauthentically authentic or authentically
Really.
inauthentic or any of that. Like,
I
yeah,
think
of
some
course,
people
'cause
can't
that's
hide
the
it. I
whole
think you
thing.
look into some guy's eyes and you can just tell. There
I
was
would
like
think
a
maybe
Theo
that, but maybe he
Vaughn
wants me to
clip.
think that.
There was a Theo Vaughn clip where he was talking to somebody and he was like, "Have you ever met Neil Armstrong?" And the guy's like, "No." And he's like, I met Neil Armstrong and I was looking in his eyes and it just didn't look like somebody who had been to the moon." And they kind of crack jokes about it, but I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think you can kind of tell. Like, I think you can kind of glance at someone, you know?
I, okay, maybe I'm biased because a cursory glance at me, people often are like, "Oh, it's a dangerous psychotic." It's like, no, it's a friendly psychotic. So,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm visual first impressions can tell you a lot, but they can also be misleading. Like people can certainly fake it or misdirect or
In the
whatever.
eyes, though.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, oh, totally.
I don't know. Kaylin just went to a dinner party, and it was at a congressional representative's house.
Wow,
She
good
shook
for her.
she shook hands with the guy, but I mean, she didn't talk to him. He wasn't fucking schmoozing like that. But I always wonder, dude.
Oh, good for her. I don't know. You're like playing pickleball. I think you might be a member of America's social elite, or I think you might be on your way.
You think I'm like one? Well, technically, I am. I'm like one social link away from Bohemian Grove.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like this guy invites me to go. If this guy invites me to go play pickleball, and I show up to the game, and Matt Gates is there, and then the next thing I know, they're asking me to come to Bohemian Grove on a bus. I'm not saying no. I got to see what it's about.
They're going to ask you to make a sacrifice, and it's going to seem
Yeah.
trivial, but it's not fucking trivial at all. That's the thing.
Mm. I think you're right. I think that's how they get people. That's exactly how they blackmail people.
Well, because once they can get you to do that one little thing, it's the foot in the door.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon they're going to be it's just there's an inertia to it.
What
That's why I am very serious about like boundaries and just like do this. No, like just it has to be that,
I might like
or it will.
accidentally end up as like a California state representative, is what you're saying.
Yes, and I hope you stay authentic,
Like I think I'm gonna
stay
go
you.
play like a game of pickleball, and the next thing I know, they're like, "You're running for Congress," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, we need
Do you
someone
want
like
me
you.
to have a
Okay,
D or an R next to my name? Like, which one am I? And they'll like assign me one. They're like, "You're gonna do this." I'm like, "Okay."
here's the you can let them buy you, but don't stay bought. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
let them give you the bribe, say I will consider your opinion, and then just do whatever the fuck you were gonna do.
Yeah. We told me some other stuff I'll tell you about, like not on the podcast. But
Sweet. I'm
yeah.
curious about it.
I feel like Tim Dillon, like every time Tim Dillon like meets somebody cool, he like spills the beans, like can't keep a secret. But I'm like, I don't know. I thought it'd be cool for you to know. And also like no one's gonna watch this video ever. So
I
we're
feel
good.
I feel like John skipped like halfway through it, and then like Danny put it on the background doing taxes.
Yeah, Danny skipped like halfway through and then he heard Matt Gates and was like, I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
Yeah, he's checked out. No, we might get a couple other listeners. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe some people at your work or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're
But
we're
then
gonna
it'll
the next one.
metastasize throughout the internet, Grant. It's gonna spread.
No, that's the thing. I mean, I have my whole like archive of stories, and sometimes like the old stories that got very few views, they'll suddenly pick up,
Right.
and it's like a cancer.
You know what I was thinking about? Do you feel like your writing is like almost going to waste?
No, 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 it's great. It's going to people who enjoy it, and I enjoy writing.
But it's for me, it's like you studied these sophisticated sophisticated ideologies of philosophy and critical thinking and the whole jokes we've made over the years of the twill blazer with the padded elbows. What were they called?
Weed.
Tweed with a What's the elbow patches, right?
I don't fucking know.
You know what I'm talking about, and they have,
Yes.
you have a fucking pipe and you have all a bookshelf of mahogany leather books and all this stuff, and then you're almost done graduating, and now all of a sudden you're writing about furry shit.
That stuff that I learn and focus on in my writing.
Okay. But do you
I
ever feel
can't.
like it's like maybe going in the wrong areas? Because
No,
it's
no,
like,
it
hey,
fits into
Grant
that.
could be talking about like the next echelon of critical thinking and philosophy, and he could be like, but then you're just doing the furry stuff, you know?
Dylan, I think there's an unbridgeable gap here because I think for those who know, no explanation is necessary, and for those who don't, none is possible. Like there is this, when you touch the infinite, it is its own justification, it is its own explanation. These tales are like these fucking crystalline raindrops in eternity. And even like after the sun has exploded, they will still have that like eternalness that they all have always been. Like that, it can't be revoked. You know, there are certain times, certain things in your life that happen and can never be undone. And sometimes they're bad and sometimes they're good. And these things, they're fucking bright and crystalline. And the privilege of sharing them is like, it's touching the infinite. Also,
Good.
some of it is very academic. I mean, two of my stories have pretty comprehensive, like, academic style lore appendixes. The most recent thing I published was literally just an 11-page anthropological report, like done in academic style.
How many views are they getting?
I got like a small page. I got like 300 watchers. So it'll be,
Okay.
you know, thousands.
Okay. You
That's
never thought about
generally.
you never thought about taking your ideas and thoughts and writing something a little more mainstream so that you get a bigger outreach?
Um, there are particular things I need that make that impossible.
Like what?
Like, see, this is why we got to be doing the pod in person. The point,
What do you
the
mean? I'm saying
essential.
instead of writing a story about furry stuff, would you write about something else that would get more outreach? What's impossible about that?
So
Like, would you
for it
do a
to
more
be,
traditional sci-fi?
I've done like one of those, but okay, for me, my writing must be only for me. I don't even take commissions or anything. Like I
Mm.
don't do collabs. People
No,
come to me
that's
for it, and
good.
I'm just like, no,
That's good.
because it's only for me. And
Mhm.
then if I do it only for myself, then people will resonate with it or they won't, but they'll sense the authenticity of it. So I have to write for myself. Like that is the ultimate. It's not about how am I going to turn this into a career and get main broad appeal, whatever. No, it's about what it specifically is.
Okay. And it has to be this.
It has to be this. I mean, I've written other things. I mean, and I'm interested in like anthropology and like et cetera. There are a variety of things I could write, but like it's impossible to really talk around it without just having a frustrating lack of detail.
I'm jealous that you can write.
You could write too. There
I'm
are
not a
ways to
writer.
creatively express yourself.
I'm not a
Well, there
writer.
must be some way you enjoy creatively expressing
It's
yourself.
this.
Okay, fair enough.
This
Like
is
then
it.
you get to do this.
I would love
I don't know.
I'm not talented or thoughtful enough to be a writer in the capacity that you are,
I
to share my ideas. Maybe
I
I could
think
do
if
it,
you
but
wanted to, you could. I think it's a matter of wanting to.
the reason I'm not a good writer is because I'm not an avid reader.
That's true.
So I read sporadically for pleasure, but you have your face in a book a bunch, I'm assuming.
Yes.
You're constantly reading something. I read stuff sporadically, when I have time here and there, and since I've graduated school, it's been fucking amazing, dude. Because when I was in school, you can't read. I can't read anything, and you get it. You're the same. You were the same way. You couldn't read the Jung book or anything.
I don't really read fiction. I could not read any
It's
nonfiction while
insane.
I was
Instead
in
of
school.
reading all the fucking important shit, you have to read the bullshit that the school assigns you. But
It's
ever
true.
since then, I've been reading a little bit here and there at work. I finished a few books, but I'm not avid enough to where I can get creative and write something. I don't have the understanding of building everything from the ground up. But I'm an
Well, there
eloquent speaker, I
element
think.
there's an element where if you just have a story and you told it the way you'd tell it, then it would still be good. Like you don't need I have a decent knowledge of the
Hmm.
mechanics of writing, but you don't really need that.
Hmm.
Like you can just tell a tale
I
if
want
you
things to
wanted
be
to,
as
though.
good as the things I enjoy, though, or at least,
It can be that just writing it how it's, I don't know. I mean, I am probably after this, I'm going to go and read someone's first time story and see about it.
mm,
Like people can write very good starting out stories, but it's about the desire to do it really. But it's never going to be perfect. I don't know. The desire for perfection kept me from putting anything out for a long time until a
hmm.
good friend encouraged me to, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll just share it with you. He was like, oh, this is good, and then eventually I started, publishing stuff, but
For me, it's not
publishing.
the perfection part's not holding me back. I can appreciate things that are flawed. Again, it goes back to that thing I was telling you earlier about like the vulnerability, where it's just you're being okay with imperfections and your flaws and embarrassments. But I'm no writer, man. I don't even know if that's the medium for me, really. Like it's talking and shit, and even if you had good ideas, I feel like you don't have enough resources to really bring them to life. But it's whatever, dude. Maybe one
I
day.
think if you ever find yourself with a strong desire to do that, just do it and let it be bad.
Right. I would,
Because it,
yeah.
it will be better than you expect. But
Yeah.
fair enough. I think desire is a huge amount with art.
Yeah.
Like I abstractly would like to be more of a visual drawing artist, but I just don't have that like yen to put pen to paper. And so I don't.
Do you think everything is like Fallout skill points, where when you start, you have 100 skill points, but like 10 or 12 categories, and you can only allocate the points evenly somehow?
No.
And so you're either going to
No.
be really good at writing, but you might have horrible fitness, but then you might be, you know what I mean?
No, I think they all integrate. I think the better you are at anything, the better you are at everything, as long as you're like just trying to live a wholesome life. There are people that specialize like crazy, like of course Stephen Hawking, great example, no physical, all mental. But I think all things being equal, you can get it all, and each thing reinforces the other things.
I see. I
There
don't
is
think
only so
so.
much time in the day, but I really do
Exactly.
think that like a balanced intelligence will support a more, wholesome health.
I
And
don't
like,
think
I
you
think a good
can
health will have a better attitude. And
I don't think you can be in excellent shape and be at the gym and be a great writer and have a great relationship with your kids or your family and be a fucking musician that knows how to play the guitar. Something has to give. And so,
no,
yeah,
but
you could be like
you can be
mediocre
someone
at
who
all of
has
these things, but you're never going to be great enough at any one or two of them because if you're trying to really balance things, not that there's anything wrong with that. I live my life in a very balanced manner. I say this all the time. I'm probably going to say it again on here. I think life is about balance. And so when people say you're not going to do this or that, or you're not going to be great at this or that, I go, well, look, I'm trying to be great at a few things.
here's what I'll say. I think you're right that someone's not going to be like a rock star and a famous author and like a, great family man and all those
Right.
things. But I think you could be someone who has very fulfilling interpersonal relationships, enjoys, daily exercise that keeps you decently in shape, and also is like intellectually stimulated and maybe creatively. And okay, maybe the
Mm,
thing that's stimulating their intellect and their creativity is going to have to mix with their career, and maybe their exercise is going to have to be like, oh, they're teaching their kids how to like I don't know what, like jog or ride bikes or whatever. But I do think you don't have to say like because I'm devoted to being a family man, my life, I won't be physically fit. Like I think there are,
yeah.
and I also think that like if the family life is bringing you joy, then that's going to contribute to your health. And if you're healthy, you'll be able to, better enjoy a family life.
What was your New
I,
Year's resolution?
I have two possible New Year's resolutions. I need to get at least one of them,
What were they?
and that is get a like a real career with a like a salary and move out of my family's house. And hopefully I can get both of those.
Mm. If you get one, you'll get the other.
I bet. Yeah.
That's your New Year's. Were
Yeah,
you
no, that's
consciously thinking of that on December 31st?
no, no, I was at John's house and we were having a nice little party and I was thinking about a nice little party because I hardly drink and I was drinking. So that's fun.
Mm. I wasn't invited.
We mentioned it in the gamers chat.
You didn't think to invite me.
We mentioned it in a place where you were present. He said all were welcome.
Mentioned and in being invited are two different things, Grant.
Well, I wasn't invited then.
You didn't want to bring me as your plus one.
I didn't even consider it. I assumed you were busy. All right, my ears are kind of starting to hurt from these cheap ass headphones.
We're at an hour and 20 minutes. Do you want to do 10 or 20 more?
I can do like 10 more.
Okay. Um, why do you hate me to the point where you don't invite me to New Year's Eve parties? What's that?
It's self-evident. It's derivative of my other answer to why do I hate you? It's the mirror. You're looking at yourself there.
Okay. I exude
I mean,
hatred.
well, it's not just hatred, but self-hatred. Now, what are the other Chat GPT questions?
I think that's it for the chat GPT for now.
All right, fair, fair.
Um, I still don't know why you hate
So
me.
why aren't you I'm telling you, it's you. It's your eternal dissatisfaction. It's your inability to be happy and know you're happy at the same time. It's this collection of factors that drives you to actually achieve things rather than just sitting around and being at peace. It's this
Who the
boiling
fuck
fucking
does that?
inadequacy and it's hatred, it's self-hatred. And that, well, I sit around and be at peace sometimes.
What
But
the
the
hell's
point is,
wrong with you?
exactly. Well, that's whatever. It's the thing that isn't wrong with you, and it's why we're friends, I think.
Oh.
I think we have a friendship that is rooted in many ways in difference.
Well, that's the first time you've ever referred to me as a friend. Thank you. And you said it on record. I have it recorded. So
You gotta get that
I
notarized.
got to get it
Get it.
notarized, hung on my
You gotta.
shelf.
Can you turn that into an NFT? Can you mint
I
this
probably
podcast
can.
onto the blockchain?
When I
And
die, my AI conscious will clip it and upload it into the database, the
yeah,
mothership.
why aren't you brave enough to attend an Eyes Wide Shut event?
I am, dude. I just don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if it's about bravery. I think it's just about like, how am I going to even explain that one to Kaylin? You know, it's like she's going to go, "What the fuck?" So I don't know. It's not
Fair
something I'm
enough.
super interested in. I'm like happy for you about it. I like hearing about it, but it's like, I don't know. It's not me, you know? But maybe if it's convenient, if there's something convenient going on that's like in Carlsbad, maybe you can get me there.
All right. Well, in I think 2027, something's going to start in San Diego, so maybe we'll see about that.
Maybe we'll see. You think I
By
hate
then,
myself? I want to ask you, is it wrong for people to hate things?
no, no, it's good. It
It's
shows that you have, yes, it shows you have values. It shows you care about things and you mean things.
Is it part of the human experience?
The proper and full human experience, yes.
I agree. You're one of the few people that would probably say that. I feel so many people now, dude. The thing now, I like how we're both whispering because we have other people in our house, but
People around us that are
this is
not
gonna get
pro-hate.
uploaded on YouTube, but we know that they're not gonna watch it. Dude, so many people try to convince you that it's wrong to hate.
Well, you
Don't
know what that
hate.
is?
Just be all about love. Hatred is evil. Dude,
That's Christian morality, dude. That's
but
just
it's not
Christian
just
morality.
Christian morality, dude. Like
No, but it's infected Western civilization. It's
non-Christians
people
do it,
who are,
dude.
no, I know, but they're infected.
But I go like hatred is like part of human nature. Like you're supposed to hate something. It's
Well, it's
part of
not
being a
about that it's part of
human.
human nature. It's about there are bad things. And like,
Yes.
is it wrong to love the good? It's great to love the good.
There are
And
things
that if
that
you think there's nothing worth hating, you just haven't been outside.
yes, dude, there's things that people go like, "Oh, you shouldn't hate anything." Like, I try to love everything, blah blah blah. And I'm like, there's things that everyone can universally agree to hate, and that's good. It's like the fucking it's like a Sith Lord like telling you like let the hate flow through you or something. Like it's very fucking normal. It should be more normalized. Everyone's trying to like um
If you repress it, you just get
everyone's
cancer
trying to
because it
oppress
doesn't
it.
flow.
Yeah. That's why I don't trust people who are like who like and they try to say this to come off as like more morally superior, and they try to say to come off as somebody who's more like at ease and divinely elevated. Oh, I don't hate anything. I love everything. Blah blah blah. Christians, non-Christians, and I'm like, dude, what is wrong with that guy, bro? Like, you don't hate anything.
I think some of it is repression and denial, but I'm very curious what you're gonna think about those Ayn Rand essays.
Have you read them?
Yes,
Okay.
I've read that book.
Well, everything I've heard about Ayn Rand, I'm like, well, that seems plainly, obviously true.
I'm gonna be honest. As she starts to leave philosophy and get into aesthetics and politics, some some of it becomes more controversial, but her core stuff, her epistemology, fucking rock solid.
When are what's the book called? Five Principles.
No, no, the book you're reading is The Virtue of Selfishness.
Okay, when did that come out? Towards the end.
I don't know, like 68,
Okay.
78,
I
something.
haven't. I'm gonna finish Crime and Punishment, and then I might read Stranger in a Strange Land,
It's a good
and
one.
then that. But I got those four books I told you about: Dilbert,
Yeah.
that one, The Double by Fyodor. So
Oh, that's an early Dostoevsky.
is it good?
I haven't read it, but I've heard it's very interesting and paranoid. Dostoevsky is a fascinating study on narcissism.
You think he's a narcissist?
I think he had narcissistic tendencies,
Was he
but
aware of them? Was he self aware?
oh yeah,
Okay.
he was cripplingly self-aware. He knew very much about his own psychology, maybe too much,
Have
and he
you?
definitely bludgeoned someone to death.
He did.
I'm Well, okay, so like, you know O.J. Simpson's book, If I Did It?
Nope. Well,
Well, he
I've
wrote
heard
a
of the
book
title,
called
but
If
no,
I Did
I
It.
didn't read it.
It's his description of what would have happened if he did it, which spoiler he did, and it's incredibly compelling. It's like you're reading the murder sequences, and it's fucking riveting. So there are two possibilities. Either O.J. Simpson is an amazing author,
Uh
or
huh.
he just fucking did it. Because like if you write about something that happened to you, you don't need to be a good writer at all. You just say how it happened. And
Well,
that's why I think Dostoevsky killed someone with a bludgeon, because it's such a recurring theme in his novels. I mean, spoiler alert, but
yeah, I'm past that part in the book.
oh, isn't it
The
so
double.
fucking
So
good,
the
the actual murder
double.
scene?
What's that?
Isn't the murder scene just so good?
It's I mean, I'm wondering where it goes from here. I don't remember the last time I've been this. Um, I'm not immersed, but I'm like so taken aback by everything I read in a book. But yeah, I'm in the middle of Crime and Punishment, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. I mean, I was saying in Discord, Russians are so cool. Their culture is so fucking cool, dude. They're so human. They're just like so raw. They're like, we just embrace all of this crazy shit. It's just real, and like everything is about being fucking bludgeoned and people being poor. I mean, there's like the details of the book. He's talking about like the building like housekeeper brings him tea, and she's like, it's used tea leaves from yesterday, and he's like, it's good enough, and they're pouring hot water over tea leaves that they've already made tea with because they just have nothing. They're just all
You gotta
about like
open all your
principles.
windows to be cold like them.
What's that?
You gotta open all your windows so you can be cold
I
like
know,
they
I want
are.
to know what it's like to be Russian. I got to go freeze to death, go sit in a cold plunge, and go, this is what it's like. They're just, but like that's Russian. Like an American, if you tried to make tea to an American and you like reused a tea bag and said, "Yeah, I already
Right
made
in
tea
your
with this tea
fucking
bag, but
face.
I'm going to reuse it and it's just going to be less potent than it was the first time." They'd say, "Are you fucking insane? Are you crazy? I'm not going to drink that shit." But for Russians, they're just like, "Whatever, this is what we have." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An American person would never do that. They'd go like, "You're fucking nuts, Dylan. I'm not going to drink that shit." But for Russians, it was, and that's just like one little like detail that I remember reading and just being like, Jesus, dude.
Ayn
But
Rand came from Russia. She lived through the revolution.
was she in Belarus or where
I
modern
don't think
Belarus
so.
is? She was Soviet Union.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, but I just know she saw the revolution as a little girl.
Dude, my coworker reads Ayn Rand. God, what
Good.
else was he saying? We're gonna play
A
poker
good
with him.
philosopher. Cool. I'm sure we can talk about Ayn Rand.
Maybe I won't even tell you who he is and just see if you guys hit it off. But I was like, I was talking about something, and I don't remember Ayn Rand came up, and I was like, "Do you read Ayn Rand?" He goes, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Oh dude, you're gonna love Grant." So that's coming up soon. Hopefully he goes. Uh, yeah, I think we touched on everything. We might not
Cool.
film for a while. Do you have anything else you want to tell the people?
Pod in person, and I have a costume commission in progress. It's going to be done pretty soon. That's going to be cool to get. And
Um,
yeah, that's about it. What about you?
no, I touched on everything. I could, I normally at the end of my podcasts I rant about the Jets, but
I don't know what sport that is.
I'll save my I'll spare the audience and my breath. The conclusion I've come to, I had to, I didn't really film much during the. It's been 3 months maybe or more, but I've had a lot of thoughts about the Jets, and the conclusion I've landed on is that the current head coach is the only person dumb enough to want to coach the team. So you could get somebody else, but they wouldn't want to coach the team. And there's only one person who's dumb enough to want to coach it, and it's him. So it's like, okay, well, if he's the only guy who would want to actually do the job, he might as well just have the job. But he's the most arrogant piece of shit ever. Um, I've never seen somebody be so arrogant while just constantly losing, but I guess that's possible. That's just a real thing. Like people, I guess, are capable of doing that. They're capable of being arrogant pricks while they are like laughing stocks and losers. But he's somehow able to pull it off, and he's the only one who wants to be the head coach of that team. So you might as well just let him have it. Because if you fire him, this is how it works, Grant. If you fire the coach after one season, no one else is going to want to coach for the team because they're going to go, well, why would I want to coach for that team that's entirely dysfunctional? I might only last 1 year, and then I'm probably going to be looking for another job after 1 year. The ownership group has shown that they are impatient enough to fire somebody after 1 year. And the belief in sports is it takes a few years to turn around an organization and all that. So even if you shit your pants and wet yourself and you puff out your chest and act like you're a big tough guy in the process, and you deserve to be fired, you can't fire that guy because then everybody else is going to go, well, I'm not going to fucking work there. So that's the current state of that organization that I happen to be a fan of. Um, it's a shame because people, when I wear my Jets hat or Jets shirt, people out here on the West Coast in California, they don't think well of you. So even though I go, hey, look, I'm not part of this organization or this franchise, I happen to just be like an outside fan that's watching, from the outside and observing things, they still perceive you as a loser. And it doesn't matter what you tell them. You go, hey, man, I'm not, I don't work for the team. I'm not making these decisions. I wholeheartedly disagree with a lot of them. They go, that guy's a loser. I don't think it should be that way. I think that they should go, hey, this guy's a loyal fan. He has loyalty, which is a virtue. It's a good trait that a lot of people don't have anymore. But people don't see it that way. They actually think like this guy's a fucking bottom feeder. So that's what it's like to be a Jets fan right now. That's normally how I end the podcasts. We kind of touched on everything I have been thinking about the last few weeks or months. There's been a lot of things I've laughed at work that I can't even remember. Like I've laughed like bending over, my stomach hurts. I'm laughing so hard and I can't even remember what it was. I wish I could share those stories. Uh I asked you what your New Year's resolution was. Mine was to write things down more often so I just don't forget. And I should do that, but the problem is I can't have my phone in the building I work in, so I can't type things out on my phone. I can write things down, but then I got to carry it back and forth with me to work. So I don't know. I'm working on it.
I
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
to
write
work.
down idea.
Pocket notebook is huge.
Yeah, well,
I have a work pocket notebook.
I was telling Kaylin at dinner, I'm like, you come up with these thoughts and ideas, and you go, that is so plainly obvious and critical. Of course, I'm going to remember that. I don't need to write that down. It's
And then
like,
you don't. You
oh my
just
God, I
don't.
had a huge epiphany. And then I fucking, a day later, I forget it. So I'm like, I should have written that down. But you think of things that you're like, dude, that I've never thought of that before. It's so critical. I really want to double tap into that. And I'm like, I'm not going to forget that. It was such a huge epiphany. How could I? And then the next day, I'm like, I don't even remember what the premise was. So I'm working on writing shit down. Uh, Maybe I'll get on your level, be a fucking writer.
I am entering a story contest in March for the first time, and I'm going to try to win it.
I wish you well. Are you gonna send
Thank
it to me?
God. Oh my God. I can't fucking imagine. That would be the worst. That would.
Is it furry based?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
That's the contest.
You could write something that's not furry and appeal to the mainstream.
No, no, no. That's the
Oh,
context of
it
the
has to be.
contest. Yeah, yeah.
Is there anything else, or does it just have to be furry?
It's got to be gay and it's got to have a specific kink.
Okay. What's the kink gonna be?
God, what? No, what am I? Why am I? I would not tell you, but that's the gimmick of the
You know,
contest.
what would be cool.
What?
Make it something about like being fat.
I mean that I'm sure there are people who will have that be a thing, but that's not the specific prompt of the contest.
Mm.
It's got to be one particular thing.
What was your favorite part of our podcast?
Spiritual, explaining to you the real spiritual war, because that is that. I'm not fucking kidding with that. Like that's a real thing. You're gonna
Yeah,
learn more about that reading Ayn Rand. You
we've
know, the
talked
battle
about
for the
that.
soul of humanity.
Yeah.
It's a thing though. Like it's the stakes, and it does matter. All right, so I'm signing off for a human future, and Richard Nixon, and my hairline's starting to recede.
Should I wait until after you get your degree before I upload this?
No, no, you should
Because this
upload it.
could cost you everything.
No, you're good. What
Oh,
would it cost me?
your degree. Like
Nah,
one of your professors hears some of the things you said, and it's over for you.
you know the one thing that would hurt me?
What?
Ayn Rand.
I know. That's what
This,
I'm
but no,
saying. Do I
no,
wait until after you walk across the stage and
no, no, Dylan, upload it. It's gotta. Don't put my name on it, but upload it.
well, I got to mention one more thing before we go because this is what I want to call the podcast. But Gutmaxxing,
Fuck does that have to do with anything?
nothing. Well, somebody said I was Gutmaxxing at work because I'll eat like old yogurt and like kimchi and fucking kombucha. And he said,
Okay,
dude, you're like Gutmaxxing. And I was like, I think you just coined a new word, but that's what we have to call the podcast
you know what the
episode.
word is for a new word?
No,
It's a neologism.
I gotta write. I
Neologism.
gotta write that one down.
All right. Good night. Keep it, Dwight.
All right. See ya, man. Thank you. We'll do poker now
You fucker.
because you
I'm not.
complied.
I'm not doing this online podcast again. We've got to do them in person.
This was successful. This was too
Mm,
good.
mm,
All
mm-mm.
right. See ya, man.
I'm gonna have to explain all this to my family later. All right, later.
Bye.